All right, welcome back to the final 60. I gave it a name. So, my goal for the year was to get my app profitable before December 31st. There was about 60 days left. This is day 2. Yesterday, we created a roadmap. So, it was initially just a vague goal of, hey, let's make more money than we're spending. And now we got kind of a rough plan for how we're going to do that. So let's go over the roadmap real quick and then jump into what we're going to do today. All right, so early November right now. First two things that have to happen are more people have to know that this exists. Like, this is the app I'm going to show you is an option for their life. And then more people have to use it daily. Not just sign up for it, not just look at it, but like use it for real to make their lives better. Then some of those people need to pay for it. And then we got to do that more with a lot of people. And that's going to lead into a product hunt lunch in December. And then it ended December, happily ever after. We made it. We're sustainable. We can keep doing this forever. So, yeah, like yesterday, we threw out some ideas about what do we have to do, what's a must-have, what's a nice-to-have. The must-have, I decided, was the landing page has to get better, has to convert people better, has to explain, what the value of this app even is. And then we have to improve some of the features, the new features that actually set it apart and would make people want to use it daily. That's what I mean by the day view here. And then also the now view. And then onboarding has to explain that to people who aren't watching the live and on my email list, and people who just find the site through SEO, through word of mouth, go through the flow, go through the onboarding, actually get it and know, like, okay, here's what I have to do, since I can't scale out onboarding, personal onboarding to this many people. How many people? What are the numbers? We also figured this out yesterday. So roughly, if it's $10 a month, and we're trying to get to say $2,000 a month in recurring revenue, that means we would need 200 premium users, people who upgrade or are willing to pay, and say 2 to 5% convert. That means we would need 2,500 free users, and say 20 to 25% of people who go to the landing page sign up. At the top of the funnel, we need around 11,000 visitors by early December. So actually, off stream, I had an idea. I'm going to throw it down here. I'll put in the nice to haves, which is, I'll put this down here so you can listen to me type. Hold on. Okay, that means like this, the idea behind this, and I actually have an issue for this. Let me just pitch it to you quick. I also got to pull up the chat. Hold on. Still getting my system set up. All right, the control room, right. Okay. Let's check it. What do I call it? The 4,000? Or maybe 4K? Yeah, 4,000 weeks dot grid. Okay, so there's no visual here, but the idea behind this is I can create a custom landing page where I show people a dot grid of their life, where each dot is a week. And if you have an average lifespan in the West, you have 4,000 of these dots. There's a whole book written about this called 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Burkeman. Really good book. Really simplifies like the concept of time and the value of time, how much we have, how to think about using it. Love the book. A lot of people loved it. They said it really just simplifies it and makes it more digestible for normal people. It's not like a theoretical philosophically deep text, it's useful. It's a very useful book. So anyway, I would let people put in their birthday, and then I would show how many weeks they have. And you don't have to sign up for Compass to do that. You don't have to do any onboarding. It could just be open to anyone. And I think I could vibe code it pretty quickly. So just throwing it out there. That's what I mean by the 4,000 weeks view, and that might help with this 11,000 visitors by December 11th. I have a hard time believing that many people are going to go to the site just organically through word of mouth, unless the number of people who are already using it daily is like massive, and then they try to flex on Twitter and say, hey, I got this new app that you guys don't know about. It's really cool, whatever. So that brings us to today. We have some priorities, some deadlines, and check this out. This is called Excalibur right now, this app, and I just got premium, so I can create a couple of these in a workspace. I can even invite you guys to add feedback and suggestions, and we can like whiteboard together here once there's more of you guys. But for now, I have this little daily log, and yesterday, like I said, we did the roadmap. Today, I think any of these three would be good to work on. A landing page update, finishing a feature that I have in work in progress so you could see the code, and then a bug did come up since yesterday, so we do have to fix that soon enough. So let's see. I think this one could be a quick win, and if you were on stream yesterday or you watched the recording, you knew that yesterday was a bad day. Yesterday, like a normal bad day is when you do something and then nothing happens, like you're trying to move forward and you don't move forward at all in terms of the metrics. A bad day is when you try to do something to move forward and you actually move backwards. Like you take a loss on the time and effort you put into something. And that was yesterday because I tried to schedule these streams and I didn't know you could reuse a stream. So I scheduled 60 streams, and every one of my subscribers got 60 notifications, I think, and a bunch of them unsubscribed because I thought I was trying to spam them or like take over their homepage. And then there's a bug with the login, so people couldn't even log in. I couldn't get new users. And then off stream, there's a daylight savings bug because yesterday was the start of daylight savings time. And go figure, the calendar app, which is supposed to handle daylight savings times and time zones and all this, has a bug on it. So just personally, I could use a quick win. So I was going to let you guys vote, but there's not enough of you in here right now to do that. So I'm going to take the executive decision, and we're going to finish a feature. So let's do that. Let's pull up some code. Let me show you the feature first. I was like so close the other day to getting this done. It's this one. Yeah, it's called... I was building a select component, and let me show you the problem I'm trying to solve. So this is on main right now, and we have the normal calendar here. This is like your to-do list over here. Let's close this a little bit. And it seems like this is the only place to go. Like you would only, like this is home base, right? And you wouldn't think I could go somewhere else. But based on the new stuff I've been adding, you actually can. There's this day view if you opt into the beta. So there's a lot of clicks you have to do. Opt in there, then this thing shows up. Then you can click that. And now it's like a different layout. So I'm trying to make this more apparent. And then from here, how do you get back? It's hard to know where you are. So this is like and then there's also this one that's coming soon. So maybe you see where I'm going with this. You can plan what you're doing now and just shut everything out from whatever else isn't now. You can plan what you're doing today and then just turn off your mind for anything that's not going on today. And you can plan your week if you go like this. Turn off everything that's not your week. And then, of course, you can plan your month over here too. But people, when they come here, what I've noticed is they'll show up here and then they're like, okay, this is it. Whoop-de-doo. Like, it's just I can do all this in Google Calendar. And they don't even know that they can go anywhere. So what I'm doing on the branch I'm going to show you is I'm replacing this button with a select component so that they can click it and see the other options that they have. So let's do that. So this is the issue where that is kind of laid out. And then this is the PR started, 11 changes. Already 25 conversations between me and Copilot about the code. It's been really, I don't want to say picky lately, but very active. So I set up a GitHub Actions where anytime I create a PR, or I think even push, a Copilot agent will review the code and then write some comments, right? This is a premium feature with Copilot, but for me it's useful. So it has some comments that are outdated. And it doesn't like one of these classes I'm using to style. And it's also pointing out some accessibility issues. That one might be valid. And it doesn't like how I'm setting up this component. I'm just kind of reviewing this so I can keep it in mind when I'm going back to the code. Okay, that's it. Oh, there's more. Jeez. It doesn't like the role we selected. That's probably a quick fix. Again, something with the role and accessibility. Yeah, it is getting a little tripped up because the way I'm setting this up is a little different. So let's finally look at the code. This is branch. This one. Okay, so now you see this guy has an H2 here, but then there's a little drop down. And I like how you see the caret right away, but it's not like in your face. It's just there, just so you might hover it. And then once you hover it, it feels like intuitive that this is a button. And now you have your three options, 1, 2, or 3. There's a little styling issue here with the border. I might leave that just to move on. But then when you're on the week, instead of today, the today button's gone unless you're not already on the current week. So if I go back a week, and now it's just a dot, which is consistent with what we had on the day view, just a dot. I kind of like it. It's simple. I like how it only shows up when it's needed. We'll see if other people have issues with it. But to go back to this guy, click it, and then you'd go to day. So simple, but for me, this could be a big win. It's also low risk. Like, I don't think this is going to break much or any risk of breaking things. So what I want to do now is fix an issue where when I tab, I think it's focused right now, and I just hit space, so I know it was focused. But visually, it should have a hover. It should have this background like it does in the hover state. This is something that I don't think most users would do, but people who do use the keyboard, whether they're crazy programmers who like doing shortcuts for everything, or they use screen readers, or they can't click. Like, it's instinctive for them to hit tab everywhere just to see where they're at. And so this is the first tabbable element here. And if it doesn't show up, like if it doesn't have a hover state, then that's a problem. Let me show you over here. So the first tabbable element is actually this section, and it'll go down from the week to the month. So I'm gonna hit tab right now, and then you saw this guy highlighted. Okay, so watch again. Tab, 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 shift tab, shift tab. I'm gonna hit space, and I'm in a dragging state. I'm gonna do arrow. Ooh, no one knows that's even a thing, and I think I'm gonna have to add some onboarding or user education, because it's actually really useful. It's really useful to be able to do that and just adjust your schedule with the keyboard. Hang on, let me get myself in frame here. There we go. Sorry, Matthias. We're still figuring out this setup. I'm in a new spot compared to yesterday, as you can see, from Minnesota to Wisconsin again. All right, that looks better. All right, so let's make a rough plan here. So talking out loud. Fix Copilot's problems. So I'm not beefing with Copilot anymore. Then fix the hover state or the focus style when something is focused through a tabbed layout, and then test it a little bit, deploy it, merge it. Okay, you think we can do that on stream? I think it's possible. Let's do it. I just need a win, guys. I need a quick win. I think this could be it. So this one's already outdated, so I'm wondering if I even worry about this. Select view. So it doesn't like how I'm using a button with the role of an option. And that kind of makes sense to me. It wants it to be a div with the role of option. Yeah, I like that actually. It's talking about these. So right now I'm guessing these are buttons. Or no, it looks like I already fixed this. Yeah, div with a role of option. Yeah, this is good now. That's probably why it says outdated. Yes, quick win. Quick win. One down. Okay, this one's not outdated, but a similar issue. There's a hook where I can assign a role to something that, like drop down list box component, and it's saying it has the role of list box, blah, blah, blah. However, it's more of like a menu. And that sounds right also. It does seem like more of a menu. And it might be as simple as just changing it to menu. I could just commit it from here, but I'm going to do it locally so I could hopefully batch these into just one commit. So this is select view on line 75. Let's go. Holy cow, look at all this. Oh no, so much chatter. So much chatter down there. This is coming from a plugin called GitHub PR request, where it just shows what you saw on the page there. So yeah. Now I already do have a test for the select view here, so I'm wondering if that's gonna fail. Probably. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking for a combo box and we changed it from a list box to menu. I think list box and combo box might be the same thing or similar, but let's find out where that's failing. Hopefully it's just one. Yeah, it's just, 29 failed. What? I guess it's a whole thing, so yeah, menu. Is there more with the menu? Yeah, menu. Okay. Okay. So that was kind of mental that I did all that by hand, but it feels good. I got this new keyboard too. So I kind of like using it. And that did not help at all. So it doesn't see a menu. It just sees a button. And then, okay. I'm going to delegate. We're just going to forget I did all that. This one's changed like it wants it. Let me check that it even works. Maybe the tests are seeing something that's like just not even working. No, that works good. That works. That works. Let's try from a shortcut 2. All right, so it works either way. We're just fighting about accessibility. So I think it'll be able to fix this pretty easily. Okay. All right. I was a little cautious with the prompt because in the past I'm like, "Hey, please fix this," and then it just goes crazy everywhere. So I'm like, "Calm down, just fix the tests, and then we'll go from there." So if I remember, Cursor just rolled out a new model, like its own model for coding, and I'm just curious if it's better than it was before. It felt like before it was kind of like a Frankenstein of all the other models, and then they would just decide where to route it. And it almost felt like they were doing it based on which was the cheapest for them, because when I would go to Codex thinking mode or like Claude Code, it would just out the gate be better. But I was already paying for those, and so I wonder, since Cursor, I mean, I'm paying for Cursor too, but maybe they're trying to control their costs. So I'm just curious if it's better now. But as I was rambling about that, it says it fixed it by moving them all to button instead of menu. And I thought we were trying to get away from button, which was a little confusing. Just looking for any button. We might have to change this again, but let's just see if it works. Run them all. Okay. I'll keep it for now. We'll make a commit. push it. We'll see if they like that. All right, 2 of them down. I have a feeling we might be coming back to this, but let's see what we got next. Select view. Yeah, this was the focusable part. I think this might be wrong because like I was talking about, I want the whole element, like the container element, focusable. And I do want this to be able to tab stuff. Might skip this one. Because right now it does work how I want it to, except for the highlighting of it. We'll come back to that. It's saying we shouldn't be able to tab when that's open. Let's see what's it do now. So it's open. I'm hitting tab. Okay. Interesting. Open. Now I'm doing arrow. Okay. Arrows are working. Tabs aren't. This should probably close when it's not focused too. Like if we're over here, you probably don't want this open. I might let that go too, for the sake of speed. But you can just, I might allow it to do this part. So it's saying select view tab X around 165. Let's see what happens. Okay, took that out. Let's see if it still works. Tabbing still works. Arrow keys. Ooh, arrows are weird now. It just works for the first one, but not the others. We went backwards. With it back here, open, arrow, 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 arrow. Ooh, okay. We're just going to let that go. I disagree. I think by the book, this is probably right, but actually, it's better without it. What about this one? Maybe this will fix their issue. 147. Getting rid of the tab X. Yeah, this one. Oh, man, it's like so hard to see. Here we go. Let's see what happens there. Open, arrow, 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 arrow. That's looking good. And then if we tab, that's still looking good. All right. If it's not doing anything, I'm happy to remove it, especially if it's not good practice. Okay, we got rid of, oh no, there's still this one. Yeah, this is saying I shouldn't wrap it. I should just put them next to each other. Yeah, that's probably the right thing to do too. Even visually, it's like, well, but then how do you highlight both of them? I do like this because I wouldn't want just the caret to be highlighted. I just want the day. So I'm going to let it be. I'm going to let it be for now. This is when it gets tough because it's like, do I want to do it by the book and help out the accessibility people and just do it exactly what the screen reader wants, or do I want to do what's best for like what normal users would expect? And in most cases, I think if you're good enough and you just know off the top of your head, you can find a solution where it's like they're both true. But if you're trying to go quick, it's hard to always do that. So I'm going to leave this how it is. This is, I think it's reaching a little bit. Because I don't even think we're changing this file. Header styled. Now it's like you just asking if this is legit. All right, it's talking about this view over here when we're here, and it's like if this is styled right. So I might be able to just remove this. Let's see if that makes it look weird. No, see, yeah. Now this is too far to the left, if I remember. Going back. No, yeah, I was right. See what I mean? It's reaching. It's like trying to find something wrong when it's not wrong in the first place. Down thumb. Not helpful. I think I would rather it be a little more aggressive than passive, but when there's like look at this, or how many 25 at the start. It's probably more now. 26 pieces of combo. We're talking about this for 10 minutes. It is getting a little old. It's getting a little old. But if it's saving bugs, then it's probably worth it. Okay, I think we fixed this one too already. I like how it's calling out that this one's a nitpick too. Let's check it out. This is on 145 of select view. This guy. So it doesn't like the right 0. It wants inset inline end 0. Okay. I'm open for that. I'm still getting used to Tailwind, honestly. Like, so I don't know the difference between these two off the top of my head. But this is controlling just the general menu or the box. That seems fine. Yeah. Okay. If that's better, I'm fine with that. All right. All that, and we just removed one line and changed one style thing, but progress. I'm just looking for quick wins here, guys. Quick wins. Done. Oh, okay. We have a failing test now. Probably something small. Let's see. So for that component, it's passing, but for all the web tests, we got a couple failures. Yeah, the other ones are looking for the combo box. So to just change it to button feels wrong. But let's see. I'm just trying to tell it which tests are failing and how to run it. Just because if it does the whole suite, it does take, I don't know, just a little bit quicker. Yeah, see, this is what I didn't like about it. It's saying, hey, there's more than one button going on, so we're not getting away with this as easily. This should not be a button, right? That shouldn't. That's not right, right? Or is it ARIA has pop up if it's a button, and then the pop up is a list box? That makes more sense. This is a list box. Is this what we're seeing here? Where's my list box? This guy down here. Okay, so it's outside of that tree because it's floating. Here's the list box. Okay. Maybe I've been swayed. We might just have to name the button a little better. No, see, I don't like what it's doing. It's trying to cut corners here. See, it's just looking for a button and then it's filtering out the one that it shouldn't, when really it should just update the markup for the file so that it can get the button by name. So I might, yeah, see, don't like this because this is going to break once I add another button to the screen somewhere. Denied. All right, I told it to be like, hey, slow down. Why don't you change the actual component and we'll fix the root problem instead of just working around it in the tests. So let's see what it did. It's adding an ID. But the ID is used in the ARIA label. Or no, ARIA controls. View select drop down. View select drop down. I like that name. It seems to make sense. My hesitation is just when you're adding IDs everywhere. That's not good, but it looks like it's using an actual ARIA prop for this. What does controls do? Identifies the element whose contents or presence are controlled by the current element. So if it's open, we're talking about the drop-down ID, and if it's not open, then it's just not even going to be there. Select view currently. And that's a nice, this is what it's going to say to the screen reader. Select view, and it's currently going to say day, week, month, or whatever. Okay, I like that. Did it fix the test? Yeah, see how much nicer it is? Instead of being like, hey, just, I want the button that's not these other buttons, just say, I want the button that's named select view. Oh, Siri's waking up. Get out of here, Siri. All right, let's see if that fixed the test. I was looking for a quick and snappy win, and this is a little more gritty than I thought it would be, but we're getting closer. So we got one more failing. That one is in the task list header. Okay. That one makes sense. Fix. I have faith. I think it can do it. Y'all might not even be seeing the chat. I guess you can. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Maybe I should put myself over here and narrow this thing. My bad, y'all. You couldn't even read it. Go like that. Okay. Okay, this is looking better too. Just renaming it a lot. But I like these selectors a lot more. It's saying, hey, get the button. Let's name this thing. And that's it. Now it's saying it's blaming something else for a failure. I don't like how it's blaming other issues because they were passing before. Okay, this is an improvement. Before it used to be like, hey, the other ones aren't passing. We're done. And now it's like, hey, there's still some issues. Should we investigate? I like that. Let me just run for myself. What's the problem? I like doing this so I can see just the test names here, like the spec. So that one's fixed. And then I think our context menu is probably good too. All right. So the two issues we were dealing with are fixed. Let's make sure the UI still works. Still looks all right. Arrow keys, tabbing. Okay. Usability wise, this is looking good. So I'm going to make a commit. And then we're going to check out what the other issues are. All right. Yard test web. Let's see how many other. It says there's 4 failing tests. Hold on. I don't know what it's talking about. I don't know why those are failing. Let's push it. Let's see what CI says. So the one that was failing before was this one, the unit tests. And actually, while that's going, I'm seeing we're behind main a little bit because it says update branch. So I'm going to do that locally, see if that works fine. Okay, no conflicts. That's good. If this works, all right. So I'm going to push this up. Now we're up to date. I just reset, so we're going to have to start the test over again. If this works, Here's my workflow. I build it. I deploy it to our staging environment. I test it there. I build it. I deploy it to our production environment. I test it there. Then I merge the PR. Merging the PR for us is like saying, hey, this is done. And done means it's in production. There's no bugs that we know about. The test pass. It works locally and it works in all our environments. And users are good to benefit from it right away. So if we could get the app just a little better for users after the stream, that's a dub. That's a dub. So I'm going to start that process while this is going off camera here. Hold on. So I'm checking to see that we only changed the web files. Oh, I mean web is like, yeah, within this package is web. We also have a backend and a core directory, and that affects how many different things you have to put in your bundle. So it's only web, that's good. Okay. Hang tight, hang tight. Okay, so I just deployed it to staging. I'm assuming the test passed. We're going to look at it in a sec. But, okay, we're going to log in quick. All right, look at that. Ooh, it's a little to the right, but let's just see. No, that looks all right. So far, so good. Shoot, I didn't fix the focus state. I might leave it. Just to get a dub. We can come back and do a real quick bug fix maybe after we get to profitable to fix the tabbable focus. All right, it's looking good. Let's make sure test passed. Tests are passing. Now, last step, deploy to prod. Check it. Merge. Get a win. Hang tight. Okay, it's building right now. I'm a little nervous. But I shouldn't be. It's working locally. Tests are passing, and it worked in staging. So it'll work. I think it'll work. Okay, we just deployed it to prod. So let's go to prod. This one. Got this one open. Gonna have to log in again. We're working on this. This is a known issue with a third-party vendor about having to log in a lot. But I'm seeing this here. I like that. I think it's inviting. I think it shows you, hey, we got other options here. It's not just a little weak calendar. So I go here. So I don't know. This is a little disappointing if you were to just pick this one first. I could see people leaving after that. But if you go here, that's nice. It's looking good, y'all. It's looking good. You can't tab focus, but you can use your arrow keys. I'm going to take it as it went. Let's just make sure nothing else broke. I wouldn't think so, but come on. Done. Forward. Backwards. Let's go to undo. It comes back. Delete. Looks good. Undo again. Comes back. Today button shows up. Let's go here. We didn't change anything with the layout or the events or models, but just for sanity, it's looking good. Watching the logs. Oh, we can merge it. I'm gonna add one thing about oh geez, it's back for more. It's now complaining about the thing it just told me to do. It's now complaining about what it just told me to do. Copilot. All right. The drop-down menu is positioned with inset inline N0, which will align it to the right edge, but there's no positioning strategy configured. So this could cause the drop-down to overflow the viewport or be incorrectly positioned. Consider adding a position strategy using middleware to ensure. So it's worried that the right edge could overflow. So like maybe it would come off over the page, which maybe it's doing right now, but not by much. Like I wonder if this were a super long string, if this thing would just be way over there instead of positioning itself over here. So it's probably right, and I probably don't care. I probably don't care, but I'm gonna take a note of it. So we're one step away, and it's just a documentation step. Man, the whole stream just on this, but this will be a win. We will be moving forward. That's what matters. So let's see, where do I put this? I'm going to say, let's see. This will just be like a separate thing. I'm going to push it back if we need to January. I don't think we're going to lose profit based on not having this. But this could be a good first issue for someone, low stakes. I'm not against having it. It should be a quick review. But it's hard to justify spending more time on this when we're so limited on it. So let me get a link to this. Okay, that was one of them. I think there's one more here, yeah? Where'd it go? Nah, I think I closed it. All right, I'm just going to leave it at that. This could be a quick win for an AI, for me, or for a contributor. We don't have to do this now. It's not a must-have. Okay, look at that. We're connecting it. I'm going to resolve it, keep it clean. All right, that's 27 back and forth. It's Copilot, but the tests are passing. It's working in all our environments. It's working locally. It's time to hit the button at the end of the stream, too. We got 3 minutes left. We're going to get a dub here, guys. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Wait, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Boom. Oh, yes. So let's review what happened. What happened? We talked about in the beginning how it's tough for people to know how to use the app initially, and that's causing them to drop off and not understand just how cool this is. And one of the reasons why is because we're hiding a lot of the features. It was initially to protect people, but now that I'm more confident in it working and not breaking anything, it's time to stop protecting people from nothing. So we added this thing over here so that people are invited to click it and then venture over here to this part of the app and then see, hey, this is really cool. Let me add some tasks. And then they're invited to click this and then go back over here. And that's a win, guys. That's a win. So tomorrow we'll probably get to bugs, or maybe the landing page. Probably the landing page would be the right thing to do. I think we'll have a little more zest and stamina to tackle something trickier like that tomorrow. So let's add that here. 1 sec. Cool. One step at a time. One step at a time. I'm gonna keep chipping away at this off stream, but it's been an hour. Appreciate y'all. See you tomorrow.